Hello there TWE fans, it is Milmo here and I am back for a little bit of a review on Pick Your Side, and the time has come and we're swinging Dwight's way now, and we're going to have a bit of a review on Dwight and hopefully paint a firmer picture and a more clearer picture for everyone out there on his cons and his pros and all those things, so that hopefully people are able to jump off the fence and make a decision on which way they want to go in the end, and which character will benefit their roster the most. So as you can see, you're going to need the 4-star Dwight and also the 4-star Rick and the markers and so on to get this guy. Now, stats wise, both Jesus and Dwight are fairly horrible stats, are fairly low defense and HP is fairly average, though they do excel in different areas. So Dwight actually excels in the attack. He has a fairly high attack. It's an actually pretty nice attack point to have at 905. That's a really nice attack point. So definitely a nice high attack, but the defense and HP is a bit not really a fan of those. But we'll move on to the leader skill, which is one of the reasons that a lot of people are looking at him, and I think one of the main reasons I was encouraging people to get him possibly over the Jesus. Now, all melee teammates get plus 30% defense and a very large bonus AP when taking damage. Now, I said if you don't have a great melee leader skill, this is absolutely brilliant for your roster. And then I realised this guy, insert right here, yes, you're Morgan. Morgan actually has the exact same leader skill as Dwight. So if you have a Morgan, you're definitely not wanting to get a Dwight on the fact, if your sole purpose of getting this Dwight is the leader skill, then don't get it if you have a Morgan, because you already have that leader skill in the Morgan. Now, I'm not debating that Dwight isn't a better character than Morgan in regards to the Adrenaline Rush, because he definitely is. Morgan's just outclassed definitely by Dwight's Adrenaline Rush there. But if you're able to have that leader skill in another character, then by all means, I think if that's your sole purpose for getting Dwight, it's probably not the best reasoning for getting him, especially if you have a Morgan. Now, Morgan is easily attainable throughout the supply depot and other areas of the game, so a lot of people do actually have him. So, I think most people would be aware that they have their Morgan, so they wouldn't be looking at this leader skill solely. But if you are one of the ones that are sort of looked past it, if you have a Morgan, you actually have this leader skill already. So definitely, if that's your only reasoning for getting Dwight, it's probably not the best reasoning for it. But like I said, if you don't have Morgan, you don't have anything like that leader skill, then he is a great start for you. I personally don't like leaders that are AP when taking damage, just purely because they have to be basically bashed up before they can get any of the benefits of that AP boost. Whereas when attacking, it works pretty much on every character all the time when they're attacking. So I prefer when attacking, but nonetheless, if you've got absolutely no melee leader skill, then that will be a good starting point. Like I started off with my melee leader skill being Morgan, this Dwight will also be a great starting point. So pretty nice. Like I said, 30% defense, can't complain about that. That's top notch. All melee, so you can use greens and yellows. That is great. The only thing I don't like about it is, like I said, the AP when taking damage. I prefer when attacking, but nonetheless, it's a pretty good start for a melee leader skill if you don't have Morgan, and I want to stress that. If you don't have Morgan, then by all means go for him. If you have Morgan, you have that leader skill, so the only reason you should be going for him is if we switch over now to the Adrenaline Rush, which like I said is much better than Morgan. So you have a 45 AP, very fast, top notch, best you can get, or well, I guess 44 beats it, but it's pretty much what you're after in this game in regards to your AP and your Adrenaline Rush rate. 10 out of 10, deep cut its cord, and what it entails, as you can see there, deals 600% damage and minus 80% defense and stun for 1 turn to 1 enemy. Now, it's all a bit disappointing. You get all these great features, damage, minus defense, stun for 1 turn to 1 enemy. It's all disappointing that it's only to the 1 enemy for 1 turn. It probably couldn't make him too OP. Seems they're going to hand these characters out pretty freely, but it's pretty disappointing to have all these aspects only to 1 enemy. But in saying that, I may not be the biggest fan of this rush, but if you look at it, it is absolutely a shield killer. And what I mean by shield killer is not only when you pump into these shields with this rush, not only are you dealing damage, you're also minusing the attack by 80 to defense. So what's the purpose of a shield? to defend, basically, to just amp up all the defense you can. If you're minusing 80% of a shield's defense, you're basically disabling them, making them next to useless, and it's going to be a slaughterhouse for your team, just pumping into that shield, and you'll get rid of them fairly quickly. Also stuns them, and like I said, you're dealing damage with it also, so you're doing damage and also allowing your teammates to do ultimate damage with the minus 80% defense. So like I said, not overly a big fan of that rush, but it is a shield killer, so you can look at it in that way. If you are possibly struggling with shields, by all means, this rush is going to be absolutely great for you, because it's going to, like I said, basically disable those shielders and make them pretty weak at the knees when you're hitting them with that minus 80% defense, and like I said, you got 600% damage. So it's going to be pretty handy for those shields. So you can think about Dwight for your roster in that aspect if you're sort of missing those sorts of downing of defense for the shields. Or if you, like I said, if you are to make the decision based on that aspect alone, then you've got to be really, really struggling with shields altogether, and like essentially need this guy to break down those shields for you. Multiple shields, it's going to be a bit harder, but like I said, 45 AP, he's going to be going off like rockets. You can boost that a lot, definitely. So he could probably take care of multiple shields, definitely, and like I said, make him weak at the knees and make him that bit easier. So he's got his pros and his cons. Like I said, they've both got their pros and their cons, but you got to think of it in regards to which one is going to be more useful to you and is going to be better suited to your roster. Basically, which one you need the most in your team, whether it be for attacking or defensive purposes. Now, definitely Dwight is more an attacking purpose player, even though he has a defensive leader skill. That's basically the only defensive nature about him is his leader skill, and then the Adrenaline Rush is very much all attacking purpose. You're minusing the defense, you got 600% damage, which in sight is a whole lot of damage. 600% damage is a whole lot. That is a ton. You got to think the highest amount of damage is like 800% or something like that. You think of your Andrews and your Shivas, so to be getting 600% damage is a whole lot of damage also. So you can't doubt that he's definitely got the hitting power. So all in all, definitely attacking base this Dwight with his Adrenaline Rush. High attack also with the 905, so very attacking base. But you just got to weigh up which options are going to be better. So I will review Jesus next, and you'll sort of get the picture of them both, and then be able to decide which one's going to benefit your roster the most. As always, if you've got any comments or anything to add to this review, please comment below. I don't by any means pretend to be an expert, because I am not. I'm just giving you my raw view on how I view this guy, and same with Jesus. But as always, hope you did enjoy. Thank you for watching, and I'm out of here. Bye.